Well, I'd like to talk about lithium exploration in Argentina. We are Argentina Lithium and Energy Corp. We're based in the TSX Venture Exchange, and we're exploring in Argentina. I will be making forward-looking statements. And so in this slide, you can see we are operating in northwest Argentina, so it's the Altiplano of Argentina within the Lithium Triangle. Our projects are shown there as the yellow stars. We'll be looking at those in more detail. And these are lithium brine projects. We're an exploration company, and our objective is to acquire properties, explore them, and then take them into production. What's interesting about the lithium brine projects is that they're very efficient once in operation. If you have a good salar with concentrated lithium brines, to develop that salar, what you do is you drill holes, you extract the brines using one of several processes to extract lithium from those brines. You can then process it to lithium hydroxide and subsequently lithium carbonate. Argentina is a very favorable destination to invest in these areas because it has its lithium production is regulated the same way as any other mining commodity. And that would be different from what you might find in Chile or in Bolivia, which you can also see on this map, where you basically have to do a partnership with the government to get your project into production. So we're focused in Argentina, and we're looking at 4 lithium brine projects. News that came out last October, one of our prime investors is Stellantis. That is one of the major automotive manufacturers that owns Chrysler, Fiat, and Peugeot. They approached us last year in February and looking to acquire an offtake agreement with our company once we get into production. And we asked them for 3 years exploration funding. We want to get our 2 core projects that we'll look at in more detail through to pre-feasibility in 3 years' time. And we asked them for $45 million. They said they would give us $90 million paid in Argentine pesos. So that is the money that we received last year. After conversion to hard currency and other forms, we retain approximately $45 million US dollars. We're fully funded to take our projects through to pre-feasibility. Oh, and I'll just point out, so they're a 19.9% shareholder of our local subsidiary. They can convert to common stock in the company. And when they do that, they'll get a voting member on our board of directors. And the offtake agreement we have with them is 15,000 tons per year over 7 years offtake agreement. Our company is managed by the Grosso Group. The Grosso Group is an exploration and mining management team based in Vancouver. They've been active in Argentina since the early 1990s and have made 4 world-class mineral discoveries in Argentina over that time. So they manage 3 different mineral exploration companies. One's focused in uranium, another is focused in copper and precious metals, and our group in lithium. We have not yet made our world-class discovery in Argentina, but we're looking to do so over the next few years. Well, we've already found lithium, and we're looking to take it to a resource. The lithium market is an expanding market. It's actually growing exponentially. If you compare where we are today to where we were as an industry 10 years ago, our production as an industry has increased 4 times over in 10 years, and the value of our product has increased between 4 times, and often it's more than 10 times greater than it was 10 years ago. So it's a booming industry. We expect that growth will continue. The major automotive manufacturers are only just now getting into battery-powered vehicles. What we can see in the industry is a vast requirement for lithium, and currently that lithium supply does not exist. So look for the lithium industry to continue to perform very, very strongly. So I'll take a more detailed look at our projects now. Our 2 core projects are called Rincon West and Antofalla North. In the figure on the on the right-hand side here, you can see Rincon West in the northern part of this map. The blue outline is the Salar de Rincon, and the central part of that salar is held by Rio Tinto Mining, a major mineral producer. They acquired their resource there a couple of years ago. They paid $825 million for it. We have 3 property lots in the periphery around the Rio Tinto ground. We're currently drilling the western property, which is that roughly triangular shaped figure. We'll look at that in more detail. And that, well, I'll be looking and describing our drill results there in further detail. Also on this map, you can see the Pocitos Salar. We have a very large property holding there. It's 25,000 hectares. I didn't point out our Rincon Salar is 5,000 hectares. Pocitos is not currently our focus, but if the lithium industry continues to boom the way it is going, we expect that we'll be moving our exploration teams down to Pocitos once we have Rincon West on track towards production. Now, our other core project is the Antofalla North property. It's shown up in the northern part of this map. In space, we've moved about 130 kilometers to the south, and we're now on the border between Salta province and Catamarca province in Argentina. The Antofalla Salar is a very long salar. It's about 150 kilometers in length, and it's shown by that long blue shaded area in this map. The central part of Antofalla is held by Albemarle Corporation, the world's second largest lithium producer. They've got a very large resource on Antofalla. It's more than 10 million tons of lithium carbonate equivalent with mid-grade values. And our Antofalla North property starts from the northern limit of Albemarle and continues for 27 kilometers to the north. We are not yet drilling there, but once we can get drilling, if we have the same kinds of brines under our property that Albemarle has, it will become a very large property. By the way, that is 10,000 hectares area, a little more than 10,000 hectares. So it's about twice the size of our Rincon project. And then down in the southern part of this map is our Incahuasi project. Again, it's a very large property. It's 25,000 hectares. We have the entire Incahuasi Salar in Catamarca. This is not our current exploration focus, and it is in the same boat as our Pocitos project. Once we get Rincon and Antofalla on their way towards production, we'll be moving our exploration assets onto Pocitos and onto Incahuasi. So if we look at Rincon in a bit more detail, our properties are these green shaded areas. So the central part of that basin, is the salt flat area, is Rio Tinto Mining. We've been drilling over the last 2 years on that green shaded area on the left-hand side, the west side, Rincon West. We have 12 drill holes completed there now, and we're drilling a further 3 drill holes, and then we'll be working on our resource. I hope that we'll be announcing our initial resource for that area September of this year. But once we announce that resource, we'll be exploring that northern block where it says Paso de Sico on this map, and then that green eastern block where it says Don Fermin on the map. So even after we announce our resource, we still have a similar quantity of ground that needs to be drilled out and developed and announced as a resource. We anticipate that this could be a very large project going forward. So look for news from us in terms of ongoing drilling and a resource estimate, I hope in September. Even though we're not on the salt flat on the west side of the Salar, we're in a sort of a sandy, gravelly basin. You can see that this is our first drill hole that I'm showing in this photo. Our model was that the same brines that occur on the salt flat occur underneath the sedimentary basin on the west side, and that was validated by our geophysics surveys and now by 12 drill holes. So I'm showing some of our geophysics and how we image the brine in the basin in this figure. These are cross-section views that I'm showing in the figure. And those deep purple areas are the electrically conductive brines in porous host units. The yellow shaded area is how far the brine aquifer extends under our properties. And then the small circles are our drilling. These are the drill results. Typically, we're drilling through dry sediment, then about 50 meters of sediment saturated with fresh water, and then we get into these concentrated and saturated lithium brines that extend from about 100 meters depth to 300 or 350 meters depth, and producing values for us that peak around 400 milligram per liter of lithium. So these are good mid-grade brines that we're producing on the property, and they're equivalent to what Rio Tinto has on their ground to the east. And then moving to the south, this is our second core project, the Antofalla North project. The narrow black surround to the south of our green shaded properties is where Albemarle have their ground. Albemarle have a 10 million ton lithium carbonate equivalent resource there. We have no drilling yet on our property. We just received our permit to do the geophysics Monday of this week. So we'll be setting up our operating base in Antofalla, and we'll be getting the geophysics reconnaissance crews going in the next couple of months. And then we'll be moving forward to drilling out this area. Those drill results should be very interesting. If we can produce mid-grade brines on the Antofalla North project, it will be very exciting for our investors. It means that we'll have a potential for a very, very large mid-grade resource at Antofalla North. So this is our work program, 5 exploration holes currently underway at the eastern part of our Rincon West property. And once that drilling is completed, we'll be moving on to resource estimate, and on the way as well, we'll be doing rotary drilling and pump tests. And we're doing geophysics on all the properties, but of course, we're very keen to get going with the geophysics on Antofalla North and then get the drills to Antofalla North. This is what our shares outstanding look like. So we've got about 131 million shares outstanding, 240 million fully diluted. And if anybody has questions about anything I've shown or would like more information in the company, they can contact Sean Berger, our investors relations manager. He's over at the table there. And I'll just introduce him. Nico Kakos, our CEO, is over at the table there as well. Thank you very much.